This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by Joe Gallagher over Zoom. Joe, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Sound you?
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good. Good to catch up with you once again. Obviously, you've got a busy gym. Let's obviously just work through some of the guys and some of the girls. How are things looking with the gym at the minute?
Yeah, all good, mate. Listen, the gym's bouncing. Real positive place at the moment. Obviously, it was great news of the week with Callum Johnson signing with Frank Warren. His date will be announced very soon. He's in the gym trying. We also signed Callum Thompson, an exceptional talent from Team GB. And everyone in Tasha's in training really hard. Her big fight will be announced very soon. So, yeah, no, like I say, it's just busy. Sam Hyde's getting back in, and yeah, the gym's busy and some new additions as well.
Let's start off with CJ. I spoke to Callum, I think it was on the day of the announcement that he joined up with Frank Warren. He said you was very much kind of at the forefront of being able to sort that out for him. Talk to me about the decision to sign up with Frank.
Yeah, that was all down to Callum Johnson as far as in the decision and what he wanted to do. I just went out and made the contact, made the calls, see what was out there, brought it back to the table, and the decision, as always, is always with the fighter. And he said, "No, let's go and do that." So we went ahead and we did it. And yeah, he's training really hard, and Jimmy's excited. George and Frank have promised big things for Callum, and yeah, it's good to get Callum Johnson back out and relevant.
I was going to say, what is the plan that obviously Frank and George and the team over in Queensbury and yourself have looked to set up for Callum?
World title, I think that's it. He wants a world title shot. He wants to fight the best. There's been talk over the last 18 months of Callum to fight Joe Smith. He agreed to fight Joe Smith. He agreed to fight Bivol. He agreed to fight Boatsa. But like you say, the fight's never materialised. So Callum wants to get in there, and he wants to have a rematch with BTBF. But I think to get that, he emotionally have to try and go and get one of the world titles and do that then in a type of unification.
Have you guys considered, obviously, Frank promotes Anthony Yard and Lyndon Arthur? Have you guys considered either of those fights? Granted, they're domestic clashes, but, and I know Callum's looking beyond that, but have you guys considered them?
Yeah, listen, Callum Johnson, fight anyone, whether it be Anthony Yard, BCBF, Lyndon Arthur, he'll fight anyone. Them fights are fights that I'd like, but Callum Johnson would like him as a world champion, defending against them. Callum's the number one light heavyweight in the country, and he wants that world title fight.
You said you also had Callum Thompson join up with you. Talk to me about Callum and how he's kind of adapting to the professional surroundings.
Yeah, no, Callum, he's been in the gym for nearly a year now, apart from the times when we've had lockdown with COVID, and he came in as helping Scott Quigg out for the John O'Carroll literally a year ago, and he stayed in, and then he's wanted to turn professional. He's been in the gym a while, and then he's had a few management issues with his former manager. And like you say, he's decided to come with us now, and like I say, he's enjoying it, and I'm really excited about it. People who come in the gym are really impressed with him. But like anything, I don't want to sound like a coach with a new kid telling him how good he is. I'm going to let his fist do the talking, and there'll be big news on him coming up very soon as well. He's going to be an exciting prospect, and I think he's going to be a very good fighter that will get a lot of following, and it'll stand out from a lot of the other prospects.
A young fighter turning over during a pandemic, Joe, talk to me about trying to guide his career, and was it an easy decision for him to make?
Yeah, I think so. I think his GB weight of 60 kilos, that has gone now. So he'd either have to go down to 57 or 63, and one's too big and one's too small. So he was just left in the middle of no man's land. And he's at an age of 22. He's in the gym training. He's alongside Paul Butler, Natasha, Callum Johnson, and Callum Smith. And he's picking up valuable knowledge, and he wants to turn professional. And like we say, that there'll be a big announcement soon on him, and he's got to be busy early on in his first year, and that's what prospects need to do, and especially when they've been at a GB level. You look at the Olympians in the past, especially the 2008 class. You look at Frankie Gavin, Billy Joe, James DeGale, how quickly they went through. I think it was Chunky's 8th or 9th fight when he fought Paul Smith for the British title. So yeah, they're not messing around fighting kids. Listen, they need 2 or 3, 4 to get used to it and get going, used to no head guard and stuff like that. But no, yeah, we really want to get him up and running.
You mentioned at the beginning of this interview, there's some exciting news coming with Tasha soon. Can you give us any kind of inkling as to what that is?
Listen, it's well knowledge, you know, Andy. Everyone knows out there what it is. It's like it's a huge fight for Natasha. Obviously, she's disappointed she didn't get the rematch with Terry Harper. It was the ring fight of the year. Everyone in the world seen that she'd won that fight, apart from a couple of people ringside, and she's not got to sit around and wait. So Natasha isn't afraid of a challenge, and it's a huge fight for her. That'll be announced very shortly.
I had to try, Joe. Obviously, moving away from Tasha, Paul Butler last spoke to Paul. He said that he had some kind of announcement that he was hoping to have soon. Has anything developed since then? It was probably about a month ago.
No, things are ongoing in the background. We're working well, and there should be an announcement very soon with Paul Butler in a meaningful fight. So yeah, like you say, he's well ranked WBC, IBF, WBO, and unfortunately we've got a new way that's cleared up that division, haven't we? So in the meantime, Paul's got to be in a meaningful fight, and we're really excited about it as well. He's such a talent, Paul Butler, and if he gets his opportunity, he will become another world champion again.
And then obviously back up to light heavyweight, you've got Hosea Burton. What is the latest with Hosea? Things seem to have gone quiet, obviously, on the back of the Golden Contract tournament last year.
Yeah, Jose, he's come back in the gym. He's training. He's doing a couple of days with me, and then he's up with his cousin Tyson up there on a Friday doing a bit of body sparring. I don't envy that role, but like you say, no, he's in the gym. He's training. He's trying to get rid of his little pot belly, and I know he's on to his team MTK Tom Stoker about getting him out and getting him a fight. So once we have news of that, it'll be good. But like I say, he's in the gym, and he's looking forward to fighting again.
Mentally, how has Hosea coped with the defeat to Bolotniks? I know Bolotniks went on to win the Golden Contract tournament in the end, but there was a lot of pressure on him heading into the fight, and he said so himself, simply because he'd waited so long for that opportunity. How has he coped with kind of bouncing back from that defeat?
Yeah, it was hard on the night. No one wants to see a kid lose, and no one wants to see him distraught in a changing room afterwards. Especially a kid hasn't had many favours done for himself. He was trying to make the most of it, and yeah, but he's gone away and he's come back. And like I've said to him, you're a long time retired, so like you say, he's still got something to offer, and he's just got to come back, rebuild himself, and go again. There's opportunities out there, and Bolotniks, as you see there now, who won the tournament. 0-4 over there in Latvia in a pandemic situation. I don't know why it was over there, and the other semi-final wasn't over there, and I don't know how the final wasn't over there neither. So it is what it is, and like you say, we've got to regroup and come again. He's had a great career, Hosea Burton. He went from winning schoolboy titles, junior ABA titles, the ABA titles, boxing for England, winning the British title, and he's just got to come again. He sticks through it, Jose, and yeah, write him off at your peril.
Marcus Morrison, what is the latest with Marcus, Joe?
Yeah, we should have some news very soon, defending his WBC titles, so that should be announced very soon. So yeah, that'll be in the next couple of weeks or so. I'm getting a knock on the door. That me Saturday takeaway teas here, and ready for a bit of back and deck, mate. Go on.
I thought you was in trouble, mate. Joe, obviously just moving away from those guys. Just want to touch on Anthony Crolla. I've seen a lot of people recently on social media praising Anthony for his work in a new capacity as a trainer, learning under your tutelage. What has kind of impressed you most about Anthony, and how have you found working alongside him as kind of two trainers now?
Yeah, listen, Anthony, who's always been in the gymnasium as a fighter, he's always listened. I think that was one of his main qualities as a fighter. He listened and carried out instructions to a T. As a trainer, he's finding out now, and Scott Quigg is finding out now, that life as a trainer is a little bit more harder than a fighter, because as a fighter, you just go home and it's just you. Anthony's buzzing here from this gym to that gym to another gym and sparring, and doesn't seem to have much time to himself, so he's learning the hard way. But like I say, it's all good. He's in the gym, and he's helping me out, and a couple of these fighters, they're in the gym with us as well. So yeah, he's doing good, and like anything, Andy, in this sport, you're judged on results, and Anthony will be judged on his career, on his fighters and the results that they do.
A word on one of those fighters in Rhiannon Dixon. Spoke to her a few weeks ago, and there's been a continuous kind of excitement building around her. And Anthony can't speak highly enough of her. You've seen her spar, Tasha. You've seen her in the gym. Does she impress you? What do you make of her?
No, she's a good fighter. Learning, she's excited, and it's like anything. Natasha's been pro a number of years now, and Tasha is a proper pro now. The way that she moves around the ring, the way that she carries shots, set traps, and stuff like that. And Rihanna is still very new to the sport, so she's learning off Natasha. And yeah, she's an exciting prospect, and no wonder Anthony's exciting. But she's inspiring every week with Natasha, and she's learning. You can't get better experience than inspiring an Olympian and, in my eyes, a world champion in Natasha Jonas.
And Joe, onto the Smith brothers. I'm sure you're aware, and you've seen the reports that have come out of social media recently. Yourself and Liam splitting. Just kind of your reaction to those comments and to what you've seen over social media, if there's any truth in it.
Oh, like anything in boxing, and it's always like you're the last to know, and Twitter seems to know before everybody else. So yeah, listen, all I know is what I know is I got a phone call on I think it was a Tuesday saying I've heard Liam's left you, he's in America and he's training Manny Robles. And I said, well, I've not had Liam Smith come and see me or call me. So like anything, Andy, I heard rumours in January the Smiths were leaving. So everything's always rumours in boxing. So until someone comes and tells me, that's it. And later on that night, there was a tweet out. A tweet went out. I seen Steffi Bull kindly retweeted it. That's nice of him. Saying that we split up. So yeah, that's it. And then since that's gone out, just before we phoned, then the phone's going red hot. That Liam's doing, but I've not spoke to Liam. Liam's not called me. Liam's not seen me. And someone's just said there now he's done an interview today saying he's out there, Manny Robles, for a few weeks to see how it goes. So, okay, then it's nice. Now, it would have been nice to have known what was happening. I know Liam in the past is used to going, Joe, what, I'm off to Freddie for a few weeks, and that's usually the norm. But he usually says, Joe, what, I'm off to Freddie for a few weeks, and we've got this date when we're back and we'll be on it. But I've not heard that this time, so that's what's made me think, right, okay, then well, this possibly could be true. I did message Liam in January about a possible fight, someone being in touch for a fight against Kubranov or a Russian or something like that in Russia. And I said to Liam, these people are interested in a fight, you're fighting him, and never heard nothing back. So yeah, that's it. I just haven't heard anything. So I do know now that it is over in America. And be fair, when the text came out, did message me saying that he'd been meaning to speak to me, and he'll speak to me when he gets back. So we'll just wait and see.
Joe, is this the first time Liam's gone out to train with Manny Robles? I know you said that he goes out to train with Freddie Roach. Is this the first time he's been out with Manny?
No, I think he's been out there with Manny before. I think Scott Quigg was out there as well, and they went and all go and try in gyms. Listen, I take my fighters out there, it's no problem, but I was always well aware of it. This time it's like I got a phone call and it's like, oh, he's in America, and then it come out at night time, and then it is true, he is an American, he is Robles, but I never had a phone call to say he was going and this is what he was doing. So that makes you think, well, Joe, what, it might be, but it would have been nice to have been told anyway. So if it is, listen, we'll see when he comes back what the situation is. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is.
Joe, obviously with Callum as well. How does any of this affect your relationship with Callum?
Listen, I've not spoke to Callum. We've just had a bit of dialogue over things, wrapping up things from his last fight. Yeah, that's it. I've not heard from Callum. I don't expect to hear from Callum. I wanted him to take time out, have a rest, let his arm heal up, his nose heal up, enjoy family time. Callum's a family person. He's got a fiance there, and he's got a lovely daughter, and I wanted him to spend time and forget about boxing. It's very hard when you lose to take on board and to see him in tears in the change rooms, and it's not a good thing. So it's like, don't rush back into it. Enjoy your time out, and when you do want to fight, if you want to fight again, then let me know. But that's it. So yeah, I've not heard from Callum.
And Joe, just away from the gym, just a few thoughts, your thoughts on a few fights which have been announced or that are coming up. Obviously, Billy Joe Saunders will now face Canelo-Alvarez on May 8th. How do you think Billy Joe fares?
Listen, it's an interesting fight. You've got Billy Joe with southpaw hand speed. We know southpaws give Canelo problems in the past. We know speed is giving Canelo's in the past. But he found a way to win, whether it was 6 rounds down with Amir Khan speed or he was struggling with, was it Lara or Trout? Do you know what I mean? He found a way to win. And I think same again, Canelo will find a way to win. Okay, Canelo will find a way to win.
Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez also announced the undisputed battle at 140. Who wins, Joe? How does it play out?
Ramirez, good fighter, but Josh Taylor is something special. I like Josh Taylor, his attitude, his work ethic. It being in America, I think it is. Hopefully, he gets out there in plenty of time, adapts, does the weight right, and I think Josh Taylor wins again. He's a very good talent, Josh Taylor.
And the final one, Joe, before I do leave you to kind of get a telling off from your family. Joseph Parker, Derek Chisora seems to be close to being announced. Your thoughts on that one up at heavyweight?
What's the point? What's the point? I seen it the other day and gone, what's the point of that? None of them have got to go on to be world titles. What's the point? And then I seen it's got to be pay-per-view. It's just like, what's the point in that? It's just like, why? What? Because someone does good. Joseph Parker. What they should have done is put Yuri Fury in with Parker to avenge. Do you know what I mean? That's a good fight, Yuri Fury. But what's the point in that? Where's the winner of that going with it? Yuri Fury was that's just my opinion. Everyone's entitled to the opinion, but I think a better fight would be Yuri Fury. Can he avenge his loss to Parker? But nothing against Derek Chisora. I like Derek Chisora, but it's just like, what's the point in pay-per-view and that? Where's it going with there? So yeah, what's the point in that? I just don't see the point. That's as a boxing fan. Nothing personal, like I say. Get on with Derek.
Right, Joe, we will leave that there now. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. I appreciate your time, though, mate. Look after yourself, and I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Cheers. Thanks, Andy.